I don't know if I believe him, but the stream can now hear us.
Hi,
I'm not
everybody.
Doc.
You're not Doc.
Quack!
Yes.
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 The only one who would do something like that.
Yes.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He totally would continue to talk about.
That topic.
Yeah, he
Yes.
totally would be. Yes.
Yes, but also I could see each and every one of us doing it just to mess with somebody
Me?
else.
No,
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, usually it's messing with me, which is fine.
Of course it's messing with you. We love messing with you. Even you like messing with you.
I do. I find it hilarious. I'm
He
easily
messes himself
entertained.
every day. Can't
Yeah,
make it to
because
the
nobody
bathroom.
nobody close to me wants to mess with me.
I'm gonna mess you up, boy.
Don't make promises you don't plan on keeping.
I'm gonna get up in them guts.
I gave Nexus a hug today.
Yeah, I needed it.
Good boy.
My wife gave me a hug today.
Well, congrats, you're well done. She lives with you.
A couple, actually. And a kiss
got
on the forehead.
angry at my kitten, trying to eat my Danish for the third time, and I threw him across the room.
Is that why Doc isn't here?
He
Because your cat ate your
hooked me.
Danish?
He hooked me with his little finger.
Are you suggesting that Doc is Cyntari's Danish?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Which one of you is nutty? That's an almond Danish.
I don't know, but you're hoping he's cream-filled.
Well, cream cheese is part of a Danish figure.
See?
I
mean,
what?
Pretty sure being nutty is in the description of being Danish.
Yeah,
Mm.
except
Being nutty
abso-
is just being Danish. I agree.
all right, I'm taking offense to something I just heard. Cream cheese is part of a Danish what?
I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
Apparently, all the ones we get around here are called Danishes have cream cheese.
What?
Whoever
What
told you
the
that is
fuck?
completely wrong and deserves a kick over the shin.
I've never heard of cream cheese in a Danish.
I cannot think of a pastry of any form, except for maybe a traditional U.S. biscuit that is not improved by cream cheese being involved in its creation. Cream cheese icing, specifically.
The
Cream cheese
hell?
icing? Oh, ice. That's so much sugar.
You don't
Yeah,
put cream cheese
compared to
icing
what?
on-
Buttercream?
You if you put any kind of icing on the Danish, it's regular icing
It's just icing.
Right.
and
So,
only
on a
like a small amount.
On a different note, John, did you get the stuff that I got for you?
Yes, thank you very much, Nari.
Do you
But
like the
the-
pin?
It is great.
Yeah.
No, we need to finish this conversation. Cyntari, what kind of icing are you trying to say has less sugar than cream cheese icing?
Try to stop it.
No, cream
Sorry,
cheese by
Twitch.
itself is not what you're
Sorry,
applying, but you
Twitch.
upgraded it to icing, and that's like so much more sugar when you say icing. Cream cheese by itself doesn't have all that sugar.
No,
So I
it
was like-
doesn't.
So I was like, I was agreeing with you until you said icing, and then I was like, oh, man, that's a lot of sugar. That was my
No.
response, was because I was
Okay.
agreeing with you till that point.
I will put down the firearms. I understand. We're on the same page. I thought
Yeah.
you were saying, like, of the icings, you're an idiot for liking cream cheese icing, and we were gonna have a fight.
No. The only fight we're gonna
No.
have is if you
No.
somehow said that you liked fondant
No.
icing.
Nobody,
That requires
nobody
death, for the
who
idiot
has-
who believes it.
nobody who has ever
Nari.
like not eaten lead paint prefers fondant over any other kind of
I
icing.
was right there.
I mean, if you're the only benefit about fondant is its moldability. Marzipan is way superior and tastes a lot better, even though I don't like marzipan.
Marzipan, I'm not too familiar with. I'll have to
I
say.
prefer marzipan over fondant, though.
Well, here in Denmark, it's very much if you have a cake, like for any kind of event, it's usually covered in a layer of marzipan. Though over the last couple of years, because fondant is apparently popular in America, don't quote me
For
on this, I'm
shaping.
unsure. Yeah,
For shaping.
it started becoming a lot more common here in Denmark, and most people hate it.
It's dumb.
I
Just-
don't
yeah.
like the flavor of fondant at all.
It's
What
it's
flavor? It's
John just pointed it
edible
out. It's the
plastic.
moldability. Yeah.
It's not even edible.
Like I
It's
said,
it-
I
it
mean,
looks nice.
it's
Yeah.
to me, it's like the flavor and texture combined makes me think it's
Rubber.
Like sugar dissolving. It's like Play-Doh somehow mated with candy, cotton candy,
Yeah.
and like it melts in your mouth, but it's still kind of like there's something still there. It's like that Play-Doh feeling. It's like something's on your tongue that's not natural, but it melts like sugar, and it's fucking weird. Anyways, we're going to move on with introductions. We are out of a dock. He played Koji Stormscale, our Dragonborn Cavalier Fighter. But we are left with Arch Stonebeard, the human evocationist wizard, with Elaneiros, the Selenite cleric of Twilight, Arkken Ironrunner, a monster slayer ranger minotaur, and Nari, a cat.
Yeah. Meow.
A cat of unusual circumstance and providence. She will be joining the team from here on out. If you are familiar with previous sessions, you will know she joined within the last couple sessions. Since Koji is out, we will be working around that. Any planned stuff is going to be spaced out a little bit, with a little bit of a side detour to really give me time to play with the story some more.
Woo.
So as we pick up, I'm not quite sure of the ending note. I did not check the VOD. I was reading stuff. But I believe we ended with
Pandora catching a mouse. No, that was
catching a mouse, and then we were still I was trying to resolve, did we leave the alley where you had the fight?
Yeah, I believe we were headed back to rest.
And you did some
Yeah.
shopping, and that took up a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then you went back to
that
rest.
was it, with the book, and then
The
yeah,
lady, the book, and she had the saucer of milk.
the book, and the magic shop. Yes, that was the episode last time.
Yeah, and so that was the last thing we did. So that would be you guys going home. Now, earlier in that session, you guys had fought and put down a revenant who seemed to have support to give him a round two. Didn't last too much longer. But after he was caught, the support guy, he was handed over to Harwell, the war wizard of Cormyr, to be interrogated by him, as you guys didn't want to deal with it, which is fine. You have also been told that being hunted by a revenant is tricky business. He's taken the body. Hopefully that prevents the revenant from going crazy. But one of the things he pointed out, or was revealed in a religion check, one or the other, is that revenants are tricky people, or tricky beings. They have the ability, I think it was a really good roll, so I revealed that they had the ability that even if they were absolutely destroyed, that they could return, because they are a spirit in truth. There was a young elf lady that was listening around the corner. The fact that you know that she's a young elf was a faux pas on my part, as I mind blanked on the fact that elves were immune to sleep. So she got away. Yeah, it was a level 27 of religion. You just bossed it out. So I think that is all the footnotes, all the little caveats. So we're going to pick up with you guys having returned, or if you prefer, having woken up. So either you want to have your evening chat after collecting all of your toys, so you could. I don't think you even had a chance to hand over the gift you have for Elaneiros to him. So if you guys want to just move on to the evening after shopping, we could do that, or we could just skip ahead to the morning. You pick.
Yeah, and I think it's a decent thing to meet up in the evening.
Okay. So in the evening, you guys are returning to the Laughing Monk, the seemingly Ogma-sponsored tavern with lots of scholarly types laughing and drinking and discussing all these types of things, where you have your rooms. I believe you all agreed to meet back there. Elaneiros, would you be there?
Yes, after the donation to the local temple, yes.
Would you like to make that donation? Since I don't think we got around to your actual interaction with that. Did you want to do anything special, or did you just want to make it a note that you did do it?
I just wanted to note it. We don't have to act it out.
No, that's fine. But
not unless the priests have anything to say.
There is some things that you can pick up on. We will act on it with you, but anybody can roll perception, and this is not to ignore passive perception, but to provide the randomness of encounters, which is fine for you, Patches.
Meow.
Meow. For this particular check, it's fine for you.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants to roll.
Do I roll as well?
Yes, yours is important, but anybody else can.
Cyntari, are you
Okay.
joining the shenanigans or not?
I'm trying to focus on the game. It's very important for me to do this because I want to have a good session and I need to stay like in line with my train of thought.
Oh man.
So
You're a
sorry.
confusing doc.
Arch. It's gonna have an 11.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do it at advantage.
Elaneiros. Okay.
And is this something that, if it's happening
Nah.
outside,
It's
Reginald would have been watching?
It's hearing stuff as you're walking through town, like idle conversation and stuff like that. Reginald wouldn't likely care about what people are saying as you walk by them. Type stuff like that. So, Arkken, you pick up on this. Arch and Pandora, you don't, and it's fine, Pandora, that you didn't. Elaneiros, you get this from the priests, and Arkken, you can infer some of the similar stuff from a lot of the surrounding citizenry and people that you're talking to. As you are going to the temple, I'm going to assume that since you don't have a temple of Saloon here, that the most good aligned temple would be Ilmater or Ogma. Would you prefer either one? Ilmater is the god of martyrs, and Ogma is the god of like knowledge and scholars.
Yeah, then it would be Ilmater.
Ilmater is the god of martyrs. Okay. Fix my music.
It's closer to the approach that Ela has.
Okay.
Nice one, Soundscream.
That's cheating.
Look, I'm just helping him out.
Yes, there we go. Let chaos ensue.
I am still the combo breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have ruined it, and I love it.
How have you ruined? Oh, you've ruined it like that with the color. Yeah.
So as you go to the temple,
Yeah.
you are the clerics there are dressed in very modest clothing, a lot of simple wraps, stuff like that. Maybe visually approaching togas and things of that nature, covered in scars. They are hunched and they are walking barefooted, and they don't seem to mind that any one step might hurt if they step on a piece of rock or anything like that. They're all very much in tune with their own pain and things that they feel, as a way to try to absorb some of that cosmic pain that everybody feels. Maybe if they feel it, others won't. That's one aspect of their faith. Ah, good Furbolg, Clerica Saloon. What do you do for us these days? To join us at our temple? A donation? Worship? Supplication to our God? He has an open look on his face. He's very friendly with a rough voice.
Good evening. So far, well, not to belittle your church, but in lack of a proper shrine or temple for saloon, I am coming to you to make a donation.
Saloon is a peaceful God who watches over all of us in need. Please come join us. All of the good aligned gods are welcome here. Your prayers will be heard and passed on, I assure you. And he hobbles over and kind of like walks with you for a bit into the antechamber of the temple to the inside. Please make yourself at home. And are you injured, my son? You seem to have been in a fight recently. Noting the dirt on you and possible blood. And
yes, you don't have to worry about it. I am quite fine. It is not my blood.
Ah, an adventuring type, I see. Bring you to our door may be a common cause. Come join us. Come join us inside and worship your God, and maybe we'll speak later. For I think I know of you. Word has traveled of an adventuring troop that put down a bandit group.
Yeah.
Can't find the right word. Excuse me. Camp was what I'm going to go with. Bandit camp. The Crimson something or other. The Red Bastards. I don't know. Were you one of them? They'd spoke of a giantkin.
We did indeed, amongst other things, defeat a group of bandits on our recent quest.
I have a friend in Kotid who helps run the Temple of Morden. He spoke highly of you and your crew, how respectful you were of their ways. You are welcome here, and we may speak later, like I said.
That sounds very lovely. Thank you. Oh, and here, if you can put this in your donation box.
Absolutely. And he takes from you your coin.
Yeah, the 170 silver.
Mm-hmm.
And because you've piqued my interest, here's an extra platinum.
Thank you. Ilmater will use it for the needy. You can be rest assured of that.
That sounds fantastic.
Arkken, you hear a lot of similar chatter as you walk by several places. A lot of the open air locations like bars with open doors and taverns and things like that, or various late night shops might see you in the crimson shroud mask that you have tied to your axes, and you might hear commentary about, wait, weren't those guys that took down the crimson shroud? Yeah, I think they had a minotaur with them with axes. Look at it, that's him. You would hear things of that nature as you walk through the town.
Interesting.
Yeah, I heard that they were fighting in the streets the other day. What was it? Like a big monster. A war wizard was there. As you guys finish up your evening tasks of shopping and donations. The priest walks up to you, Elaneiros, with a concerned look on his face. Not overly concerned, but like kind of those business concerned. And he slips you a piece of paper.
I see.
Don't
Well,
open it here.
then,
And he says, don't open it here. Show it to your friends. Go in peace.
of course. Thank you. And as may you.
He bows as you leave.
Yep.
And you guys invariably return together at the Laughing Monk.
Greetings again, Elaneiros. How did the church going go?
It went fine. I am a bit disappointed that there isn't actually a proper shrine even for my good mistress, Saloon. But
Make one.
I could if we had the time. But it matters little. You can pray for her, to her, anywhere, as long as you're under the sun and the moon.
Koji.
I did get taken in by the Church of Ilmater. It was nice.
You can continue. I thought I was going to be able to talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was all I wanted to say.
Koji doesn't look well and hasn't really. He's been kind of keeping to himself. Pale. His scales don't look the right color in a way. And he says he's going to retire for the evening because he feels just exhausted after the fight and the coughing and all that.
Koji?
Yes.
Before you go, let me just do one thing here.
Okay. And he
May
walks
you
over
sleep
back
well.
to you. He feels a little bit better. Thanks. Hopefully I can get some good rest and recuperate. We got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
I don't want to hold you back. And he shuffles off upstairs. He pauses a moment, grabs hold of the handrail for the stairs and pulls himself up and starts clambering up, or clomping upstairs. And you hear him close the doors further down the hall as he goes into his room.
Kitty is gonna run after him and make sure that he actually gets to his room safely without
He
passing out.
stops a couple times and like braces himself against a wall, kind of like he just leans hard against it. And then
Cuddling up against his leg.
he doesn't seem to pay attention to you, but then he
That's
doesn't
all good.
he doesn't react negatively to you either. So he's just And if you want to, you can slip into this room with him, but the door will be closed behind you, kind of trapping you in.
I can get out.
Just letting you know what would happen.
Yeah. No, it's more a case of just making sure he gets to his room without collapsing in the hallway or something.
What actually happens then is you actually see him open the door and stumble into his room, and he just collapses onto his bed and start just taking off, just fumbling at latches on his armor. He gets his breastplate off, and he just like, that's good enough. And he falls back onto the bed, and his legs are hanging off the end there with his armor still on his lower half.
I will mage hand and close the door.
Okay, so he's half on the bed, half off, with the armor half on, half off, and you just close the door,
That's
leaving him there.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll go back to the rest.
You've seen cats sleep in weirder positions. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if this is a comfortable position for a humanoid. No.
Well, I mean, you've seen how your mistress has slept back when before she went crazy, and she slept all curled up in a ball like like a kitten would. So
yeah, exactly. I don't know. So this might just be a very comfortable position to be in. So I'll leave it at that.
There you go. All right, so you guys are downstairs having your chat. Koji has dismissed himself from the group for right now, leaving you to what you want to talk about.
So it seems the words of the escapades with the, red-cloaked bastards have been spreading.
Red masks, those shrouds they pulled up over their faces.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Arkken is being disrespectful on purpose.
Oh, well, please continue.
Thank you. Though then again, me having their shrouds on my axis does seem to bring some attention to myself as well.
Yeah. Well, it does seem to be the talk of the town currently, and that might bring bad stuff with it. We never know. When I was at the temple, the priest did come over and gave me a slip of paper. I haven't looked at it yet, but he did have a worried look on his face. And
Well,
Ila's going to pull out the paper and check.
All right.
The note reads, "Friends, there is a concerning matter in the Church of Ilmater regarding the word I want to use escapes me, but I'll just use blood rights. Some concern regarding flagellation. Bloodletting has gone a bit too far. Please meet me." And he proposes a time of evening. The following evening.
Yeah.
He will collect some items and bring with him, and he wants your expert opinion as adventurers and worldly types to help him. Is this really a concern, or is this an offshoot of Ilmater's wayward children they need to deal with? He's really concerned that something's more serious. I can write up a little brief synopsis of that.
All right.
Well then.
Some people take religion too far, I guess.
There will always be the more zealous and extreme people.
Personally, I ain't much of a...
Yeah, Arkken?
I was just about to say, personally, I'm not much of a religious man. Not really my kind of deal, but this does seem a little excessive.
Yeah. Bloodletting is certainly a peculiar way of doing things.
Ilmater
Not unheard of.
Is not unheard of, and Ilmater is a god of martyrs, and they practice rites of hurting themselves.
Out of flagellation. Yeah. Not flatulating. Yeah, not a practice I enjoy, but beats down.
I mean, I'm just uploading to Discord. There's an image of his. If it ever uploads.
Yeah, my Discord is having issues at the moment. I'm not sure if they're having server problems again.
I think they're having server problems.
Pandora, can you move your feet a little?
Hmm?
I can't breathe through my nose.
Oh,
Yeah,
Are
my
you laying
my
on her
message
Sorry.
is
snout?
Pandora moves her paws up a bit so you can at least breathe.
Thank you,
Yeah,
kindly.
it's kind of frozen on
my
my upload of this
messages are
image.
not going through on
Yeah,
Discord
Fortune and Glory aren't going through. Yeah.
on desktop, but it is on phone.
Well, anyways, yeah. Here's the synopsis. Over here.
Arkken, has anyone ever told you your head is a very comfortable bed?
That is a negative.
Your hair is really soft.
Yes. Make sure to wash it thoroughly. If I don't, the seawater dries it up and it's filled with salt crystals in the morning.
All right, so I shared with you all a note from the priest of Ilmater, print of Ilmater. I need to fix that. Print of Ilmater.
I can see an image of a dude.
That is him.
He means in roll
Yep.
20.
In roll 20, there's a handout note from priest of Ilmater. That is
Okay,
that
gotcha.
is the avatar of Ilmater. That's the image that they provided in the books for the avatar of Ilmater. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like that's the vibe you're going to get from the God of Martyrs.
Gotcha.
But do you guys feel that it is something that we should assist in looking into?
I mean, currently Koji is out of the picture, so maybe to keep herself busy.
There's also, remember, the blood has come up several times in the past through your adventures with the blood extraction and then the usage of a blood jar to rejuvenate the Renan the Revenant.
Just wait, soon there'll be vampires looking around the corner.
I mean, we've been told that there's a possibility to find more beasts in Holic Forest.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not march straight in there without Koji.
Indeed.
Besides, doesn't help to at least take a look at it. I mean, if nothing's wrong, then nothing's wrong. If something's actually wrong, well, then it's a good thing we looked at it.
Are cats even allowed in a temple? Hila?
I don't see why cats wouldn't be.
People say we're assholes and we knock over shit.
This is true.
Well, yes, but you're a cat. That is something that cats do.
Also, birds shit all over the place, so I don't see why birds are allowed in anywhere.
Yeah, that is a good question. We should
Reginald
ask
is
the
outside.
priest sometime. And,
Well, right now he's outside.
And he generally stays outside.
To shit on other things outside.
Well, where else would you expect a creature to defecate?
In his bird cage where he should stay.
You leave my
No.
bird alone.
A cage?
leave me-
That's not nice. Kitty, you wouldn't like being in a cage either.
I'm not saying it's fun. I'm saying that's where he should shit.
Also, to be fair, from what I know of cats and birds, There's some very big differences in smell. And I would prefer a bird's poop.
At least I cover it.
All right. So I'm going to interrupt the poop talk and ask if there's anything else
Sure.
anybody wants to go over before going to bed, or any plans we want to solidify about the next day.
So we're gonna check on Koji tomorrow. And what then throughout the day? Just prepare for meeting up with the priest.
Yeah, we
think
need
so.
to prepare anything. Just meet up with the priest.
So you guys have an entire day practically to do whatever you feel like doing. So if you guys want to go to bed, get up in the morning, you can check on the things that were going on from last night, follow up with those things, make new plans, see how
Yeah.
far you could throw a cat. I don't know.
What?
Not a good plan. You get arrested for
And I'm going to cast Catapult.
it.
Catapult.
Catapult.
What if I do it straight up with both hands and say "wee" every time I do it?
And then just
Oh
step to the
no, I
side.
failed my dex check to catch her. It seems she has died.
Why did it look like you
I
chose to
landed on my
fail?
4 paws.
Land on arch.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, the thing
claws
is,
out.
you might be a cat, but you're not a monk, so you don't have snowfall and you take full falling damage. Get wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Arch gets claw damage as I literally claws out, just
Shield.
land on his face.
I'm fine.
Shield. I'm fine.
I rolled higher than your AC with shield.
Oh,
Good
you.
luck.
I was gonna say,
Is
did you
that
not see
what
the
we're
damage she
doing?
dealt last time she hit that thing? She actually hurts.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Wow. She could kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, be careful. Arch.
Anyways, now that we're done
I
threatening
just
each other,
misread my spell.
what'd you read?
Instead of detect magic, because I have added parentheses furbolg, I just read detect furbolg. That's very specific.
Detect Furbolg. I'm right here.
Furbolg.
I'm me.
Is it
I'm right here.
just to find a mate?
Oh my god, really? So we wake up in the morning.
Yes, you do.
Feeling like P. Diddy?
Who?
And you find Koji downstairs, already sitting at a table. He's got his armor on. He's ready to go. He looks hungover. Be a good way to describe the expression on his face. Like hair of the dog type situation.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Did
just
you sleep well?
staring. Oh, back hurts. But other than that, I just had a dream.
Oh, what kind of
What
dream?
kind?
It is black. Just dark. I think it was night, or I couldn't see, and then there was whispering, and I think there was a scream, and I woke up.
Oh, I hope that's not prophetic.
Doesn't seem like a fun dream.
I just. Where's the food? Didn't I order food? And he says it kind of loud enough that if you look over at the bartender, just kind of like shaking his head. Mm-mm.
Well, guess we are ordering food then.
Well, you gotta start the morning off with something.
You guys order up a round of food. You have roast beef that's been thrown into the pot to become beef stew. So it's being reused to stock up this stew. You got it served out in front of you. There's egg if you want to, cracked into it. And if you want something lighter, you can have some bread and cheese. It's very hearty soup for very fat monks who wake up hungover all the time. Hey, look, Cleric of Ogma inspired tavern.
Yeah.
Can I have some of that stew?
Who are you asking?
Sure.
You asking the bartender or you asking your friends?
I'm asking my friends.
Oh, okay.
I don't see why not.
So everybody except Arch.
All of your friends, so everybody except Arch. Wow.
I remember when I told somebody to be nice to you.
Yes. So you guys have a hearty meal. Koji is mechanically eating. He is just kind of like arms drops, lift up another spoon, arm kind of drops and just scoops up, lift it up, arm drops.
Oh no, he has turned into an NPC.
He just seems to be lacking energy, even though he seems to be wide awake. His eyes are open. He seems wide awake, but he looks like shit. Yeah, kind of, sort of like that. Except without the repeated beating.
So I dare say, Koji, you're not going anywhere today.
What? No, I'll go with you guys. I can go. Yeah. Come on.
You'll stay in bed and get some rest is what you'll do.
Arkken, I
Will sleep.
Yep. Koji,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
as your current physician, I'm telling you to have a day of rest.
You sure? Because I don't.
Go to bed.
Go.
He was just eating stew too.
You look half dead.
Koji, a sick shoulder, a soldier is more of a detriment than a benefit. I need you at your best. It means you're going to go get some rest.
All right. Just this once, I'll let you outrank me. And he pushes his chair back, and you hear that, and it almost catches on the floor and tips him back over, and he grabs. Oh God! Oh, okay. Hey, I'm gonna go upstairs, and he just unbalancedly walks himself upstairs, kind of just dragging himself off of the wall.
Should we, by the way, keep an eye on him in terms of this revenant? I mean, not yet, but that the revenant should hopefully still be some days away.
It's at least 24 hours before the regeneration begins.
So we have some time.
And you put him down last night.
Yep.
Oh, do they regenerate where they were killed, or?
No, their body comes alive again until their body is completely destroyed to nothingness. Then they find a new body. You can't stop a revenant by destroying its body. It's like, I'm going to chop it into pieces and throw it into a river. It just finds a new body if its body is quote unquote destroyed. If it can't inhabit a new body to continue its mission, it will find a new one.
Okay. And can that be miles away, or does it have to be close?
The nearest available
Gotcha.
newly
Okay.
dead body.
Okay.
Anything that
So-
it has to be close to freshly dead.
If we kill him and next to it kill a snail,
It has to be an appropriate body. So
Aw.
humanoid.
A child.
You're going to kill a child just so the Revenant becomes a It still
So then
deals
we
a
would
full...
ha-
Wait, hang on a
we
second.
We would have 2 revenants on our hands then.
I was going to say, hang on a second. Yeah, the child that you just killed. No, you're going to have a child that can hit you for 46 extra damage every punch. Okay. Okay. Child's going to run up to you to the little tiny fist. He's going, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, and just obliterating your leg. Ah!
A kid is easily restrained.
And then it bites you for 46 damage, takes your arm
Then
off.
come restrain it, you damned cat.
Are you talking to your cat? Or
I don't have a
Pandora?
cat.
Pandora, I think.
Might as well go out on a limb and say, I think I'm the only one of the... Well, me and Doc don't have pets as far as I know.
You were referencing to Pandora climbing over your face.
Currently, I'm in a room with a snake.
Tell your
Yeah.
boyfriend to put his pants back on. You have to focus on the game.
I'm not talking about my boyfriend. I'm talking about his roommate's snake.
Tell your roommate, tell his roommate to put his pants back on. I have a game to play.
Fine. Toby, put your pants back on.
Tell the snake to put its pants back on. Find snake pants, put it on.
Would that technically just be like one of those like arm sleeves?
It's hosiery.
This is getting worse and worse by the second.
All right, so you send Koji upstairs, and you guys are going to spend the day doing what? You could check on the Revenant that supposedly was captured by Harwill. You could check on the prisoner that was captured by Harwill. Well, captured by Harwill and your efforts. I mean, I think there was a gigantic minotaur that slammed him into the concrete, but cobblestones. But what do you want to do? You have until that evening. It's about early evening is the time he gave you, about 5 or 6. I can hear talking in the background. Tell your boyfriend to go away.
That was Toby responding.
Tell Toby to put his pants back on.
Did he respond by
I
putting
did.
pants on? That's the important
No,
question.
he
here.
said that if he had to put his pants back on, I had to put my bra back on.
This has been the worst trade deal in the
History of trade deals ever.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Well, we might as well go see and make sure that Revenant is still dead beyond dead and see if Harwell has learned anything interesting.
And if you guys had thought of anything you wanted to do shopping wise that you didn't do, you could always circle back around to doing that too.
I'm gonna hang out with Arkken.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hop onto his head again.
Yeah, does sound like a good idea to check out what Harwell has found out and to check on the prisoner.
So, Nari, what you could do is if you learned conjuration, some sort of magic to create items similar to like the bard's item creation ability, maybe like, minor conjuration or something, fashion yourself a hammock between the horns of Arkken and just lays
Oh, that
right
would
there.
be beautiful.
Just
Do I
right
have
there. Just
anything. Nope.
no,
Nope.
nothing.
I've got minor illusion, but
You're gonna have to
doesn't work.
convince him. Maybe he can pick something up from the store that he can just hang between his horns that you can just chill
I
on.
mean,
I'm sure you wouldn't mind an extra 10, 15-pound cat, weight just on his head.
You know what? I am going to cast Mage Hand,
Uh-huh.
hop on top of it, and have it float me around.
That does not work. That literally
Excuse me?
cannot work. It cannot work.
Why not?
Can't. I think it's like, what, 5 pounds? Is what Mage Hand does?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Is
see.
it 10?
And
Is
I
it-
have
it-
And I have a direct opinion. More than 10
10
pounds.
pounds.
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
And I have no idea if any of you have read Wheel of Time. But I know I have.
Nope.
Soundscream has.
Mhm.
There are special in that. I liked the way they described this. There are special ways to fly. You can't just telekinesis yourself up into the air, because it would be similar to you as a person now without magic putting yourself into a basket and then lifting the basket to fly. Where is your leverage to lift yourself? I know it doesn't exactly work that way.
Where is the
but
leverage to
you see
lift your hand?
you see what I'm saying? It's the magic equivalent. So when you fly, you're negating gravity. You are projecting energy
Yeah.
around you. You're not
But the
grabbing
mage
yourself
hand
and
can-
lifting.
the mage hand can lift 10 pounds, and I'm 8.3 pounds.
Completely ignores the point.
What you do is you convince Arch to do it, and he just concentrates on. Or he doesn't have to concentrate. He has to concentrate on making
He
you.
has to
I don't
recast
get the
it every
point.
The
minute.
issue with that is Arch does not know Mage Hand.
Oh,
I don't understand why it won't work if you pick something else up and you can fly it around. But if you pick up yourself, it doesn't work.
it
I
was
don't
just a
understand that
it was
logic.
just a limitation brought into the magic system for Wheel of Time system. They had specific rules about grounding yourself when you're doing stuff. It was much more physical.
I mean,
And it
not
made
saying
more
I haven't-
sense, and it made more sense in that universe than it does here. I'm not saying what I'm saying makes sense. I'm just saying Mage Hand does not allow you to fly, just the same way telekinesis does not allow you to fly.
Oh man.
Because
So what you're saying is
telekinesis doesn't allow you to fly. Let me ask you, Nexus, does telekinesis allow you to fly?
telekinesis.
Telekinesis is the spell.
It lets you throw things.
Right.
So temporary flight.
Temporary flight. But would you throw
but-
yourself?
So let's say the cat can't stand on the hand to fly around, but the hand would be able to pick her up by the neck and float her around.
I will accept
By the
that.
scruff of the neck.
I will
Yeah.
accept her ability to fly with Mage Hand as long as she's scruffed and pissed
Sure,
off the
yeah.
entire time.
Yeah. You know what? Sure.
I'm not doing that. I'm joking.
Oh man.
Fly is a third level spell. I'm not letting you use a cantrip to fly.
So I go buy a hammock. Very tiny.
I'm just messing. Anyways,
If you would
Oh
do
my
that,
God.
that would be great.
that kitten is so pissed.
And don't let go of the kitten.
You are dead if you let go of that kitten.
Yeah.
Just like if you capture a hornet.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The only correct answer
Never.
to Hornet is flamethrower.
Hmm.
Uh,
All right. So, you
Shenanigans aside.
guys
Yes.
meet up with Harwill. He is staying at the local barracks for the guard for the Purple Dragon Knights, and coordinating with them to interrogate this guy. And you guys go there to meet up with him. You don't have the ring that Harwill gave you because Koji has it. The one that allows him to teleport to you.
Mm-hmm.
And scry on you. You don't have that. Koji had that. So when you are challenged at the door by the Purple Dragon Knights, there's no easy way in. Halt.
Be right back.
Halt. We continue without him. Halt. What business do you have here with Purple Dragons?
We are here to seek an audience with Harwell.
Harwill. How do you know Harwill? How do you know he's here? Wait. No one here by that name. Know what you're talking about.
We are currently
He-
working with him to try and deal with some of the undead problems.
Oh, you're employed by it. I'll let him know you're here. I can't leave. Hey, hang on a second. Turn. People here for Harwill. The war with last night, right? Hey, whenever I get that, I don't know. Just wait here. Sorry. And he goes back to kind of standing guard and just like looking around. Awkward
Sorry,
few
Arch,
minutes pass.
Sorry, Arch, did I interrupt you?
Oh, no, you just beat me to the punch. It's
Ah,
fine.
well, just making sure. But
Yeah, let him in. Okay. Hey, you can come in. I'll let you inside. All right, in the back. And you can see inside there's a small room lined with murder holes on the side. And then past that, through another door, is a larger room that opens up to kind of a gathering hall. Big table in the center, a bunch of chairs, I mean, and a bunch of smaller tables along the outer walls surrounding the big table. And you see Harwell's up to the front of the table, just talking to a purple dragon knight with some special emblems on his shoulder, indicating rank of some type. He glances over and sees you and puts up his hand to the purple dragon. Just 1 second, motion, and walks over to you. Yeah, what's going on? You guys find out anything new?
well, we haven't found anything new yet. Gave me to ask you pretty much the same thing.
I figured. I was hoping maybe you had something new to help us out. Our friend was a bit uncooperative until we had somebody come in and help cleanse him. Apparently, some of that blood poisoning you came across before is going around, or at least they're doing something to him. And he's got convictions past that, but he's at least a little bit more easy to work with. He's a diehard. I've asked for one of my fellows to come here. He's good with. He holds up his hand and does a little finger thing next to his head, mind stuff, and maybe we could pry something out of him. But he's, while not a fanatic, sticking to his story. He is. He says he was just a prowler looking for baubles and things to steal in people's houses, and that whole deal with the bottle and everything like that was just a goof. He was trying to prank you. But the coin, the malorite, the blood, he's just lying through his teeth, and he's not breaking. We can't get him to break.
That is rather bothersome. I would offer a hand, but torture isn't exactly my forte. I'm not a fan of it either.
If you were up for it, I'd let you. I'm at my wit's end, and so we're prying to this guy's head. I don't know. Maybe a more physical method would be more moral. Some people are weird about this.
I mean,
telepathy stuff.
I have a chance to make him tell the truth. I can't guarantee it. Depends on his mental fortitude.
Up to you.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Show me to him.
He's in here. Come on. He guides you through to the back, and if you are allowed, anybody else is allowed to follow him. So this is not just an Arkken only thing.
I mean, I'm on top of Arkken, I think, so.
Well,
what did I come back to?
well,
We're going into an interrogation.
They're going into an interrogation room, and Patches is on top of Arkken. It's just...
Yeah.
Well, then that is the tactic.
Good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, bad kitty.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad
the
dragon.
kitty has mounted the cow.
Yep.
All right. So, no, you met up with Harwill. Harwill says that the guy will not crack. That his interrogation techniques don't work. He had the blood effect on him that it seemed like similar to what you purged out of that Crimson Shroud guy that was crazed until you lesser restorationed him. He said that until they did similar stuff to him, this guy was practically a fanatic, but he's still sticking to his guns and not telling the truth. And he's saying that he was just a thief and that him throwing that bottle was a goof just to prank you. That, yeah, maybe he's a thief, but he's not evil or anything like that. But there was the emblem that was found on his body. And they're going to go get somebody to pry into his mind. Harwill sent a message to have somebody arrive to could telepathy into his brain. And before that could happen, Harwill's giving Arkken a chance to beat the ever-living shit out of him. Or scare him, however Arkken wants to do it. So Harwill's leading you back into the Purple Dragon Barracks to into a back room. It's an interrogation room. And there's several different small cells with little magical plate windows to mimic the see-through effect, so they can watch what's going through, like the two-way mirror effect. All right, he's all yours.
All right.
And he closes the door behind you. Anybody else wants to join Arkken can. I imagine Patches stayed on Arkken's head.
Mm-hmm.
Arch
Patches
is
is
coming
ready.
in.
Arkken, do you want that much of an audience for your performance?
I'm not gonna stop them from coming with.
Okay.
I
I'm
would
going to-
like to join.
Okay.
So everyone is just in there.
Yeah, it's just like Baldur's Gate. You know, the whole party's just kind of grouped around you. It's just how it works, right? So when you
Of
start a
course.
conversation, you're just there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
just go in and are we by the guy?
You were
Hello?
given a name.
Oh.
His name's Morin.
Morin.
Ian.
As we walk in, I'm gonna kind of ignore him and go sit down close enough to him to where this will help, and begin to ritually cast detect magic.
Morin. All right. Well, just to add asshole fact, I am going to light a cigar as I get into the room. Because I assume those exist.
His eyes are going to go a little bit wide at seeing a Minotaur enter the room. Your race is not incredibly common, but they are common. They are known around the Sea of Fallen Stars and the Dragon Coast? Not the Dragon Coast. Dragonmere Sea. And but you are an intimidating presence. Like, oof.
Yeah, wasn't this the guy that Arkken took by the ankle and pulled off the roof and slammed into the street?
Yeah, that also happened. Yeah. So he sees him. He sees the fact that he's a Minotaur. He sees that he's not as big as he was, but there's a
Do we
fur
want
ball.
him
There's
as
also
big as he was?
there was a furbolg there, so there's a hairy humanoid, giant kin. He may not know who you are. Maybe he does. Intimidating. Then you have a wizard in the corner casting a ritual. So just setting the scene, and there's a cat still perched on the Minotaur or not.
Still
He's-
perched on the Minotaur.
He's lighting a cigar, and smoke goes up. So your choice, cat.
Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I'm just
Good
a
way.
healer here to make sure you don't die.
If I were him,
Oh.
that would be my biggest concern.
Greetings, Morin. Name's Arkken Ironrunner. You might remember me from yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Great.
Big, strong grip on you. Why'd you have to go picking on a guy like me? I was just join the fight.
You see, I very much doubt that. So I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder at this point. So, usually, I'm very patient, very caring man, but at this point, I've been attacked by a giant rat monstrosity. And honestly, Arkken Ironrunner does not approve. So I'll give you a chance to come clean. Tell us why you were really there and spill all the information you know.
Arch, question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want this to be a thing that you're doing to detect magic, or just a thing you wanted him to see you do? Because there would be the option to detect magic before you went into the room.
I just wanted to be able to detect magic.
Did you want to do it before you went into the room?
Yeah, I don't really care whether he sees me or not.
I said no, like how long he's going to take, and 10 minutes could be too long.
Yeah, no,
I didn't want to rob you of the opportunity to do a detect magic, because I don't know how long this is going to take.
Yeah, if I'd had the chance to cast to ritual cast it before coming in, I would have.
Yes. I mean, you could have said like, "Hey, can I prepare?" That's always an option. You could always interrupt what's going on, dude. If you wanted to say that I wanted to do something first, so please do. You're not. So I'm only bringing that up because again, I don't know how long this is going to last, and I want to rob you of this opportunity. So if you wanted to cast detect magic beforehand, feel free. If you were trying to do theatrics, I was not going to rob you of that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were going to do.
No, this isn't the theatrics part.
Okay.
This is gathering information. I've got theatrics coming.
Okay, then you have detect magic up. That's fine. We're not going to wait on that. I am so sorry, Arkken. I just wanted to resolve that.
Again?
Too small for a very large Arkken Ironrunner.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, they have other rooms for larger creatures, and those are deeper down where they can contain them easier.
Right. Okay.
The Arkken, I'm so sorry for interrupting you. We got that resolved. Please continue.
So, like I said, I put my hand on his shoulder and say, "All right, so Arkken Ironrunner's giving you a chance here. Come clean. Tell me everything you know, anything that might be against us, and I will stay as pleasant as I can. Unless, of course, you insist that you told the truth to Harwell."
Roll intimidation or performance.
I'm not intimidating him. I am persuading him at the moment.
Persuade. That's what I was trying to say. Persuasion, depending on how you wanted to play it.
Hey, Ela, can I get a guidance? Yeah.
15.
Is there for moral support?
Hey, well, you got him over a difficulty mark. 15. 10, 15, 20. Those are the marks. I mean, all right. Look, I may not have been entirely honest with these guys, but I will say that I am a thief, and I was up there prowling around, and I did throw that because I thought it'd be funny, and that's the God's honest truth.
Insight check, if I can.
Yeah, you can. And I was writing something until I had a thing to say.
I wanted to roll it too.
No.
You can, Patches. How well you'll be able to determine humanoid insights is...
I mean, I rolled 12, so...
Arkken, you want to roll insight on this? I was waiting for you.
Yeah, might as well. I can add a D4 still. So.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He is telling the truth. He was prowling around on the roofs. You saw him doing that. And he did think it would be funny to throw that on there.
Right.
So he's not he pulled back on his lies, and he's telling the truth that is true. He's just leaving out the rest of it.
You know, I get the feeling you have more to tell me, so just to make sure we're being completely honest here, I'm going to cast a spell.
I need to look up something real quick while you do that.
Sure.
Or fireball.
No. Zone of Truth.
Feel like a cat is being strangled in a few seconds.
Oh,
Possible.
this gentleman's is restrained. So if you're talking about somebody else being strangled, then I'm not paying attention to that right now.
Don't forget my detect magic.
I'm literally working on that. That's the reason why I'm not paying attention. So shut up.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't get forgotten.
I'm just waiting patiently.
It is a very difficult thing for me to determine because there's no real rules around it. Soundscream. It's a yes and or a no depending on how a GM interprets it. So oh, there is an essence of transmutation around him, but you cannot determine the origin.
Okay. Can I do one other thing? Because I was waiting on that to do this next thing.
Sure.
Before his
I was
zone
just
of
trying
truth
to really. Oh yeah. No. This is 10 minutes in Zone of Truth. You're fine.
Dispel magic.
On the Zone of Truth?
No, on him before the zone of truth kicks in.
Zone of Truth kicks in? Okay.
Yeah, because I was waiting to see if there was magic on him, and if there was, as soon as I saw it, I was going to do that.
That was actually what was keeping him alive.
And now his magical pacemaker fails.
Well, they should have put a magical warning label on it. What do you want from me?
Again, I'm having to dive into that gray area Soundscream. I'm sorry. It's not something I was expecting to have to look up a rule for.
No worries. We're not impatient bastards.
That's not true. For me, anyways.
Okay. All right. That helps. You can cast a spell magic on him. Or you can roll Arcana to determine the nature of the transmutation effect on him. Because
Okay, I would do the Arcana first.
do the Arcana first, because I want you to I don't want this to sound kind of like I'm stealing from it because I'm prideful like that and fuck you guys. But kind of like the way Baldur's Gate has all those checks in the middle of everything to like as you're determining something, I'm doing something. Wait, what? Can I do a check against that?
Mm-hmm.
Please feel free to play into that aspect that game threw up, because that's kind of how I'm thinking. Your character is not like your player. Your character exists in this world and will be constantly doing some thinking stuff, blah, 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 seeing stuff, interpreting it in its own way. Please think about that if you want to check anything that I'm describing, even if it's magical. I want to roll Arcana on that. I want to roll Religion, see if I understand that deeper. Feel free to throw it in there. Your Arcana is able to determine that he's likely some sort of shape changer of some form, and giving
Like it's a natural shape changing.
possibly whatever you're seeing is like a faint aura. You might be this guy is possibly a lycanthrope of his own, considering the lycanthropy
Okay.
that you've
I
dealt with
wouldn't.
before.
I wouldn't cast detect magic in that case
Or
then.
dispel magic, you mean?
Or dispel magic,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's like, well, if it's natural, there's no dispelling that.
And if
At
it's
least-
the curse version, you would need a curse removal.
Yeah. So
spell.
Reverse.
A curse reverse. Right.
I will wait until the Zone of Truth comes into effect, and then I will bring that up. So
Okay. So the Zone of Truth kicks in, and he has to make a charisma saving throw.
Mm-hmm. And while I'm casting, I'm going to say, please do not resist.
He resists. What can I say, guys?
Nothing.
He's just throwing out his hands, kind of like smiling, like a 2-bit criminal, and caught by the cops. Like, what can I say, guys?
I'm also going to pull a copper wire, a short piece of copper wire out, and cast message and whisper to Arkken. He's a shapeshifter of some kind. But I'll whisper it quiet enough to where that's why I'm using the message, so only he can hear it.
I'm casting Charm Person on this guy.
He fails.
Beautiful.
Oh, God. Hey, I seen you around, haven't I? Come here. Oh, yeah, you like the tuna, don't you? You want some fish? I don't have any fish on me. These guys got me all locked up. If you come over here, I'll give them the scratches you like. Come here.
I'm already on his lap.
Oh, I thought you were still hanging out with Arkken.
No.
Sorry.
I
missed that. Sorry.
That's fine. I was on his lap and then.
Oh, he starts
eating
scratching.
his legs.
So he's like, come here, and so he brings it with limited reach. He's trying to get his hands over to scratch you because his hands are chained. He's like, oh yeah, that's oh yeah.
Can I do an Arcana check between the fact that I still have to detect magic up to get what happened there?
Yeah, oh yeah, she cast charm. Yeah, you instantly know what happened.
Now, be nice and tell us the truth, or we will take your new kitty cat friend away from you.
Don't hurt the kitty cat. No, it's a good baby.
I don't know. She did try to kill my bird.
What? Why would you try to do that? Bird must have deserved it. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
So, tell us what we want to know, or we'll kill the cat.
What do you do when he says that? Sorry.
I am just acting like an unknowing cat.
Oh, okay. So you're just okay.
I am literally this was kind of what I was hoping for.
No, please. No, I'll do anything. Don't hurt the kitty. Don't hurt the kitty, please.
First, you can tell us what kind of a shapeshifter are you?
His face does that thing. His lips are sealed. He cannot part them, and his cheeks are ballooning. His face turns red.
Is it something you're not? Is that something you're not allowed to tell us?
Yes, I can't. It's so much on writing on. We have to stay quiet. I've said too much. I've said too much, haven't I, kid? Yes, that's right. I've said too much. He's panicking right now because fear is riding through him.
I'm gonna lean into him to see if I can get him a little less tense.
Okay, roll charisma, persuasion,
sure.
So
he has some magical effect on him.
Roll with advantage. You have charm on him. What am I talking about?
Beautiful.
Yeah, you have charm.
And I know
Oh yeah, that's right. You know exactly what I need. Yeah.
I know I've done a couple of these, but can I do an Arcana check to think of what kind of a spell would forcibly keep him from speaking like that?
Yeah. Gaius. Easy. Like Gaius could prevent him from speaking, some sort of Gaius-like effect, or even the old cleric version Quest could also do that too.
I'll pull the copper wire out again, and I'm gonna sit back down for a minute, and again whispering to Arkken. He has some type of mind control on him, very, very strong, beyond my powers to remove.
Well, couldn't dispel magic work on Gaius?
I could try.
No, I can literally. That's a GM asking players.
No, on Gaius it could. I would think. I'd have to do a
Looking it up.
DC 10 plus spell level roll to try to break it.
What is Gaius?
It's a 8.
No,
it's
fifth.
a 6.
Is
No,
it
it's
5th?
Fifth.
Yeah, it's fifth.
Why do I? What's the one I'm thinking of that's much higher than Gaius then?
Ultimate
think there's
Gaius?
I think there's a greater version or something. I'm
True
not-
Oh,
Gaius?
it's mass Gaius.
Yeah.
It's mass. Yeah. Well, in that case, yeah, I'll give it a shot. We'll do a dispel magic.
Okay.
So I need to roll an intelligence check. It'd be DC 15,
Yeah.
Guidance.
level 5.
Yeah, to break it, because you're breaking it. You're not. You can't end it. Like with remove curse, greater restoration, and wish will end a Gaius. What you're trying to do is break the spell,
Yeah.
and this is slightly more violent. So we'll see what happens. I say that dramatically. We'll see what happens.
Wolf. Not even close.
Your intelligence. With intelligence.
Well,
check?
no. It's my spell
It's your
casting.
spellcasting abilities, not just intelligence.
Yeah,
So
guidance doesn't
it'd be
work for
that plus 3. So it'd be
It's plus your profession. We roll your proficiency. Wouldn't that be what you do, or roll? I don't have his character sheet up. I'll pull your character sheet up. That's what I'll do. Yeah, like roll an intelligence saving throw. That'll be proficiency plus intelligence. Isn't the roll you need? There you go. 27 or 21. Nice. Plus 7. Okay. So what did you need to break a level 5?
I would have needed a 15.
15 to break it.
Mhm.
The spell shatters underneath the magical assault as you pierce into the parts of it that would have held it in place. And it shatters underneath that magical assault.
I want it just for flavor. You can see Arch saying the phrases behind it and doing the gestures, but this is tough. This
is very tough
as strong as Arch can do magic.
And it doesn't have its side consequences of doing so. Hang on a second. Take 4 points of psychic damage as the backlash hits you and him at the same time as Gaius's psychic damage lashes out as you shatter the spell.
Yeah, so you see Arch kind of sweating as he casts the spell, and then like blood running from his eyes and his ears whenever that happens, and he kind of sits down for a second and is breathing heavy.
And the other guy just screams briefly and collapses on the table forward, kind of smushing the cat a little bit with his belly, because he's leaning his head against the, breathing heavy as the psychic damage pain ebbs away with each pulse of a headache.
Eli, you take care of Arch.
Yep, I am already looking him over.
I'm gonna fiddle the ne'er-do-well.
You heal his psychic damage wounds as he gets back up, and he has blood dripping from his nose, and it's going down over his lips and down his chin. A little bit of coming out of his ears. Whatever psychic backlash hit Arch was a little bit different, or his brain interpreted it differently, traveled different pathways. His eyes are not bleeding like Arch's are.
I'm gonna paw at his cheek. See if Charm Person is still up, even though he went flop.
Ella, is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me look at that spell. Any spell of 3rd level or lower ends. So what level's Charms Person?
That, my dude, is a
First level
First
spell.
level.
spell.
Yeah. So you unfortunately I would have nuked it as well.
Yeah. I mean,
You can't select. That's unfortunate.
No, it's any spell of 3rd level or lower ends
Well,
for each spell of
unless
4th
the
level or
DM
higher.
says that you can do it specifically.
It's an
well, it does
abjuration
say
spell,
choose
and I would
one
say
creature,
I
object, or
personally would say
magical
I could.
effect.
What?
That's true.
Just the first line.
Or magical effect.
Oh, it is choose one creature, object, or magical effect. Good call.
Oh,
Good call,
so you
Nexus.
would've
So,
chosen
so
the-
yeah, I would.
You could have chosen the
Okay.
magical effect of the
Okay.
Gaius. You could have selected that one effect.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would have affected the Gaius.
Yeah.
I would have left hers alone.
Yeah,
Because
raw.
as
You
much
were
as I may
aware
or
of
may
it.
not actually
Mhm.
like the cat, I do not want to be counterproductive.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't do it. I just like the fact that it actually allows you to do that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's great.
Cool. So the Gaius ends and he's like, he smiles at the cat. And he's like, hey, whoa, what's this headache? Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, we can't do nothing against the black blood. That's just not what they're gonna kill us
Black
all.
blood.
Would that be
Mm.
considered something harmful I did to him?
What, black blood?
No, me dispelling the thing.
Harmful to him?
Mhm.
No, it's magical backlash. It's a
Okay.
side effect. It's kind of like, oh no, I accidentally set off this red barrel in a video game. I didn't directly attack this enemy. It's kind of like that.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because that technically would have ended the charm on him.
That's
So,
what was the question before that? I was looking something up and now I was
Black
derailed.
blood was, I think.
Black.
Right,
It's
Nexus?
black blood, you say? Also,
Yeah.
is he where at?
Is he a were-rat? Roll
Or ask him.
roll medicine to see if you can determine, because one of the things about lycanthropes is they always have tells on their on their humanoid form.
My
Arcana?
second.
Or did I already roll
one.
against that?
You did not roll against that. Arcana would work. If you want to try again, Elaneiros, you can try again with an Arcana check, but it would be slightly harder now that you have failed that. Ooh, you got over
Jeez.
20.
He's been spending time with Arch.
Yes, he has. You guys have been having long, deep discussions about
Yeah.
magic, I guess.
It
Well, and
actually
since
makes
we've been
sense.
running into these kind of different creatures and whatnot, we've been probably putting his medical and religious knowledge along with my Arcana knowledge to kind of game plan against the things we've been running into.
Yep.
Nerd brothers! Woo!
Yeah.
it is right here. Let me get it.
Team Beef and the Nerd.
Yeah.
He has a slightly upturned nose. His ears have a little bit of a point to them, despite looking normally human, with tufts of dark hair, and his
He's a
teeth look a little bit
werebat.
sharp. He is a werebat.
He is the Bat Man.
Mm.
And it makes sense if you think about it. You heard,
Oh, he's prowling the rooftops. Oh, jeez.
and you heard Renan land.
Mm.
Again, because I like feeding information to Arkken, he's a werebat. And whatever was holding his mind is broken.
All right.
And it really hurt.
So, Mr. Morin,
Yeah. Oh man, my head is killing me. You guys got any like something for it? Like an ale or something, man? Oh, that'd be great right about now.
well, we can look at that. First, I suppose you could start telling us about this black blood, what you know of it, why you have it, and all those. But
Oh no, I don't. I mean, it's you're not going to hurt the kitty anymore, are you? We passed that, aren't we? I mean,
yeah, but whatever had a hold on you, it's gone.
well,
just
I mean,
be honest with me. Arken's gonna sit down at this point and get to his island.
He's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. The people of the Black Blood. It's who we are. We follow Malar, and we and his chosen, and we try to spread his word through blood. And he's like looking down, and it's over for me. I've been caught, I've been beaten, my brain's on fire, and my only friend's a cat these days, and it's all I have.
Why is it over?
No.
Still alive.
No, man. You don't know what it's like when it burns through you, this blood. It's who this changes you. You don't see things the same way, and now it calls to you. There's no going back. It's over for me. I can't be normal.
So when this blood burns through you, what does it make you do?
Oh, no. The blood's already burned through me. I have changed. The people of the Black Blood, they are just that's just the name.
Okay, so why can't you be normal?
It's the curse. They know. Don't you, priest man? People like you've tried to help people like me. But once you change into one of the dark were creatures, you don't. There's death or there's beingness. And if you want to roll like any history or arcana or any relevant like religion or knowledge checks to this, you might infer that a lot of the curse is tinging their blood towards evil.
I was also wondering with the Arcana check if I could note. No, it doesn't matter if you changed or not. You can still get the curse removed.
Right. Yes, you can. What his belief is not true. This is him just rambling on. His stresses, his fears, and what he knows, and his.
Yeah, I was just wanting to fact check it.
Yeah. No, there are ways of breaking of lycanthropy, but it's difficult depending on whether or not it's true lycanthropy or the curse version. True would be much more difficult to break.
Yeah, that's
like the weak one is what, greater restoration or something.
Something like that, greater restoration, and maybe like in addition, like maybe one of those things where you have to do something in addition to greater restoration. Kind of like when you have to kill a Tarask, then wish it dead. You have to do something, then cast greater restoration. Like, perform a ritual, sacrifice something, or offer up a rare material as a material component. Something like that. We can look into it.
So to remove his werebat-ism, we kill the cat.
We kill the cat, that's right. Range its guts in a pentagram in the center of the floor, right? Why is it always cat guts? Why is it always cat guts?
It's because we ran out of virgins, bunch of sluts.
I don't know if Nari knows, but the cats in Baldur's Gate 3 are amazing.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
You haven't met the best ones yet.
The ones in Act 3 are great.
Yes.
I'm still in Act 1, you guys.
I know. I just keep talking to him. Just keep talking to him.
Yeah. I really like one of the ones in Act 2 near the tower.
Pandora's gonna curl up in the guy's lap and just purr.
Hey, good girl. I should give you a name. That's right. I should give you a name.
Did we know Pandora's name?
No, she's not told you.
No.
None of you've asked. We brought this up last time.
Yep.
How do you know it's a girl?
Do not molest the cat.
Tail.
She just has one of those faces. I don't need to be rude. He's being real sweet to the cat.
I mean, where I'm standing, you seem pretty normal.
But it's just if I wasn't chained down and you let me go, and then I hear I hear things. And it sounds like prey. I gotta go get it. I hear it again and again, just squeaks and scratches and little voices out there in the dark, and I gotta hunt it. It calls to me.
So,
That's the ticket. So from what I'm
squeaks and
getting,
noises.
What's that? Nella?
you go next.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Just talking
Sure.
to themselves.
Sure. Arkken?
So it's some deep instinct you have to
curse.
just hunt.
It's the curse. It's really difficult when the moon is up, or when the moon is in one of its weirdnesses. Like, when it goes all orange, like in the fall, that really messes with you.
So
Right.
it is some kind of lycanthropic curse.
Yeah. That's what literally Arch told you. He's a werebat.
Yeah. I'm just not divulging that I knew that already.
Oh, you're talking out loud to him. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
I am talking to him.
Yeah, one of them lichen things. And he's not educated enough to really maybe know all the words.
And so you hear these little noises and squeaks and rustling, and you go and hunt for people.
Whatever's on the other end of the noise. It's sometimes it's a creature, an animal. Sometimes he stops. He chokes up. Doesn't say anything.
Insight.
Good.
Mainly because Soundscream knows what it is, but I want Arch to know what it is.
Sometimes it's a young boy.
Sometimes it's a person. Yep.
Sometimes. Yeah, it's something painful like that. He's done something that he regrets when he wasn't changed. And Arch, you can probably infer that this dark curse likely is what drove him to. There's a type of peace that people who are troubled can find in finding others like themselves that are also troubled. It may not be a healing thing that they're doing, but it does make them feel better. And so he fell in probably with these people of the black blood, and here he is.
Well, your situation definitely sounds difficult. But I don't think associating with other people who have the same problem help.
But everybody else just wants to kill me. They at least accept me for who I am.
No, they do not. They accept you for what they can use you to do.
Isn't that what communities do? Villages farm and people help each other. And if you want to kill me, that makes you my enemy, just like anything else. And these people don't want to do that. So I help them. So what's wrong with that?
No offense, friendo, but if I wanted to kill you, I would have done so yesterday.
And if you're so important to their community, why haven't they come to get you?
Because they don't know where they don't want to reveal everything all at once because they're still preparing.
If the spell that was broken on you was as strong as I expect that it was, then they very easily could step in here and remove you from this place.
But maybe they don't know. They're busy.
They would know.
Of course they know.
They would know that I broke their spell.
You saw the spectacle yesterday. Everyone in town knows what happened.
Okay. So what? You lock me up so I don't hurt nobody and I'm a prisoner forever? Great.
No, it's fairly obvious that a lot of your more nefarious actions were due to the influences of this blood. So I assume whenever we resolve whoever is generating said blood, then you'll return to normal.
And possibly we could find someone.
I need to clarify.
with
The
enough
black blood
juice
he's referring.
to.
Right. I have to clarify something. The black blood he's referring to is literally the name. The people of the black blood is just their name.
Mm-hmm.
So generating the black blood. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, didn't they have like the black ooze stuff, and that's what?
Right. It was being generated on site by that shadow creature that was sitting on top of that beam of spell fire.
Yeah.
That was who was making that.
Yeah. I figured that's what that's what they called that, the black blood.
No, they didn't. Nobody referred to that as black blood.
Arch did.
You did. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only person who's done so.
Yeah, right. Let's back up. Soundscream understands this. Arch doesn't.
Just making sure because the GM needed to know whether or not I needed to make sure the story wasn't too confusing. That's all I wanted to do. All right.
Don't worry, Cyntari, we are always confused.
Oh.
We're dummies.
I assume
Not your
that
fault, though.
I assume that there's a person that is responsible for the creation of whatever it was that turned you into what you are, and that by stopping them, it will alleviate your condition, and then hopefully at that point we can sue for your release.
Is that how it works? If you kill the guy that changed me, I go back? If
It
I'd
can
known
certainly-
that, I would have killed him a
circumstances?
long time ago.
Well, it's usually that, plus, because you weren't born this way, correct?
No.
Huh. Then it's a curse. It can be removed.
Yeah,
Oh, fantastic.
just need to find a good enough healer.
Well,
Which,
all right.
whenever we step out of here, we'll make them aware of your condition.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Now, see,
I
aren't
will.
you glad you weren't good enough to kill us yesterday?
I wasn't trying to kill you. That was all him. I was just told to drop him off. And if some things went sideways, throw that.
You know, honestly, on that part, I do believe you.
Who
You don't
told you
seem-
to drop him off, by the way?
Oh.
Don't worry. I removed the spell. You can say it without it hurting you now.
Hang on 1 second. There is a name. I'm just getting it.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
That would be Dahlia. She sent me.
Dahlia.
Yeah, Dahlia. She's real bad. You do
Is
what
she here
says.
in this town?
No. She's in the forest.
Well, I do like romantic picnics with women in the forest.
No, you won't. They won't be romantic. You get near her. Yeah, you be lucky to be in 2 pieces by the time she's done with you.
But all's come back to Hollig, eh?
Anything else we would need to know about her? Anything special you've seen her do? Does she use magic? Does she use knives?
She's a gigantic werewolf.
That is something that is helpful to know. I appreciate this greatly.
She is the second largest werewolf I have ever seen in my life.
Was the first the one that changed you into what you are?
No, the first is her mate.
Like her drinking buddy or her
No, her
mate.
mate.
Gotcha.
He I don't ever talk to him. He don't talk to me. And that's okay. That's how we like
Yeah,
it.
because he eats bats.
He eats.
He probably eats whatever he wants, doesn't he?
That's true.
Well, Arkken, anything else you'd like to ask our friend?
I don't have anything I'd like to ask, but I will say, as it stands, we can't just let you roam the streets right now, because you know what happens if that
If they find out what I said here, they would kill me, and so being in here is probably safer. Thank you.
We will also not tell anyone what you told us.
Yeah, but if you do something about what I said, then they will know somebody said something, and I'm missing.
As
2
it
plus 2
stands,
equals 5, so you know.
as it stands, we were already going to Hulk Forest, and a lot of people know this already. We have been snooping quite readily about it.
Yeah.
So we do have a trail of being very curious about what's going on.
Well, you tell them I didn't say nothing. That'll help.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell them. We
Oh.
will try and help.
It reminds me, was there an older human ever show up and converse with them? An old man?
Old man?
Yeah.
There was this stale smelling old dude that came through months ago.
Ah.
I ain't seen him since, but he came through and talked to Jarlia and hadn't seen him since.
She showed a lot of deference to him, did she not?
They seemed like equals.
Yes, he's our enemy. He doesn't like me very much. Then again, most people don't.
Wow.
Yes, yes, I know, Snufflepuss. I apologized, and you're still angry about it.
Snufflepuss, that ain't your name, is it? You need a better name than Snufflepuss.
My mother gave it to her.
I don't think she liked it. Why don't we give you a new name, huh? How about it, huh?
I mean,
She keeps being
Phantom.
obnoxious.
Shadow? You're black, you're all dark. You just slip away into the night. Night! You're the night. Oh, no. Nighttime? Night flower? Night.
I'm sure the kitty already has a name. You could just tell us, you know.
Yes, it's Snufflepuss.
It's not Snufflepuss. It's Nightshade. Yeah, Nightshade. Here you go, your Nightshade. Here you go.
Well,
My little
that
shady
works
toy.
well because you know not to eat the cat because it'll kill you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who would want to eat a kitty cat?
Because you're a Batman.
But I wouldn't eat my friend. No. You can tell that the magic is overriding any instinct that might have helped him understand that statement.
Well, Snufflepuss, is it time to go? He says to the cat.
Well,
I think you
before we
got
go,
spit at. Is that a hiss or spit? Did I hear
That was a hiss.
a hiss? Okay, you got hissed at.
so before we leave, I did promise something. I'm going to take out my beautiful new dragon vessel,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make a good portion of ale appear in it.
You can do that with that. Yes, that's right.
Yes. Once a day, I can produce either ale, olive oil, a potion of healing, or a potion of climbing.
Why would you
And
not
I am
choose
not gonna
olive oil every time, man?
I'm not gonna force the guy to drink a cup full of olive oil. I'm not gonna give him diarrhea for 2 months.
Oh, it sticks to your ribs. Oh, yeah. That real
I do not-
spicy, nutty flavor. Oh, that's extra virgin. Oh, yeah.
I do not need all the floors in this prison to be brown. So I am going to fill it with ale, and well, I'm not gonna let him grab it and drink it, but I'm going to assist him in drinking it.
I assume he's got a cup or something in there.
Well,
Yeah,
the dragon vessel is already a drinking horn.
It's a drinking horn, and he just commands it and it fills.
Right, but he could pour it out into another cup.
Yes, once
hand it to him.
created, it doesn't need to remain in the vessel to be it. Yeah, I can.
And I pour it into another mug, and well, I assume he still wants to drink it, and he's not
Yeah,
begging on
yeah.
high. So
Yeah.
I assist him in drinking a mug of ale.
Thank you. Oh,
The cat is gonna
It runs
hop
down his
onto
chin a little
his
bit.
shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk around to the ear not visible to the see-through wall thing.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to drop charm person
Mm-hmm.
and just whisper into his ear, even though it was magical, I can still be your friend. Name's Pandora.
That happens as he's drinking the ale. The cat
Hey.
just talked.
Yes, she does that.
You have a kind of magic. Wait, that you doing on my shoulder for?
And then I'm going to hop back onto Arken's shoulder.
Watch the claws, kitty. Jeez.
And now it smells
Ah.
like beer. Not in a good way.
Well, thanks for the ale, friend. Oh, the cat surprised me.
Yeah,
Oh.
she does that sometimes. Still, I've at least kept my end of the deal, so I will go prepare more for hunt. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And so, you guys are done with this, and you're planning on leaving the interrogation room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In
you guys-
just a sec.
Okay, Ella, what you want to do?
Just gonna let people leave
Mm-hmm. Ella's the last one out.
and then toll the dead. No.
Toll the dead. Dong.
Excuse me?
Deals 1 point of damage. Ow, that kind of hurt.
I think you don't realize I am a cleric of Saloon, and we fucking hate evil
Yeah.
lycanthropes.
Yeah, so what you're hearing now is that it's 12
Righteous.
o'clock. So 12 gongs.
It's at high noon.
12 casts at once. Dong.
Don't.
No. Just talking softly to the guy and saying, if you ever regret too much, do contact us, and I'll make it quick. And then he leaves.
Oh, he's kind of stunned into silence with that after everything that's kind of gone on. His life changed in the past 12 hours and a great deal. So that last little bit just kind of leaves him speechless. And you leave.
It's just like, in all, these people who came to interrogate me, I had a rather pleasant experience. If you want to, I'll fucking murder you, you know? Bye!
Even gave me ale. I will kill you if you ask. Bye.
Yeah, it's just if he has too many regrets and
Yeah.
can't live with himself.
We understand, but it's just...
You want me to? I'll kill you. I'll make it quick.
Fucking murder your ass.
In Elo's head, it's just a sign of friendliness.
Yeah.
He's being helpful.
Yeah.
So
Creepy.
as you leave, Harwill says, like, thank you so much. Like, that the door's closed. He's like, thank you so much. That is the people of the Black Blood. The damn rumor mill's been going on for seems like 100 years or more since they took over the freaking Hulk Forest. Here at the Wervern Stones in this area, they're doing all sorts of craziness, and now if they're involved with this undead stuff, I think we've been sitting on this Hulk Forest situation for too long. What's going on in there, Corminis has needed to deal with it centuries ago. Using it as just some sort of back-end place that we're never going to deal with, some sort of grinding ground for adventurers, or some fool general's idea for cleaning up the place. Okay, I mean, we're already going to have to send you guys into it, but if lycanthropes are involved, we need to prepare for it. Silvered weapons. We need something to counteract some sort of blood curse. Oh, the resources required for this is going to be massive to be able to support all the people. And you can just see him churning on those same stress gears about being the civic servant and helping the people. And the purple dragon officer nearby him says, like, no, we can deal with this. We have the tools necessary. Stop doing that, Harwill. You're making it much worse in your own head.
I'll also give him a full breakdown on Gaius was involved.
Mm-hmm.
All of this, basically everything we figured out. I'll let Harwell know from the magical standpoints.
Yeah, I saw that. Good work on that, though. Very dangerous. You could have broke his mind. You could have died right there. And you
Yeah.
could have ended up losing a piece of yourself. He's inferring that sometimes magical backlashes can cause you to lose spell slots
Mm-hmm.
until they recover after some rest. So we'll get the stuff together. You guys are going into after the Black Blood. Is there anything else you guys need to do before you leave? We have the Revenant chained up downstairs, one of the larger cells. Do you want to check in? He's just laying there, the corpse. No? Okay. Where's your friend? Is he? The
He's not
Dragonborn.
feeling well.
You guys get him rested up and ready to go. Anything you need to get wrapped up, we need to get you into that forest. Hang on a second. Sorry, that's me. Hang on a second. My voice is going crazy here. I'm juggling phlegm around.
Yay.
Impressive.
All of a sudden, a guard busts into the front room. Sir, scouts are back. We have a problem. Come here. And the purple dragon officer walks over and starts talking to him. Harwell, come here. And they start going over to a side area, a side area where there's a wall-mounted map. Start pointing at different points of the Hullock Forest in different areas along the edges. Look, guys, something's come up. We may need to move soon than we expected. Get your friend as healthy as you can. Wrap up anything else that you're working on, and meet me back here as soon as possible. How long is it going to take, Captain? 12 hours. You have 8. And he walks back over to the map and he starts talking to him again. If anybody wants to make a perception check to overhear anything, you can. If you don't, and you just want to move about your day, you can move on. Again, please interject, please interrupt, and ask for checks.
Arkken just hears the slight buzz of existence.
You, for some reason, you're hearing an old fluorescent lamp. Bzzz.
Yay.
They're talking about movements along the forest border. Seemingly, the scouts have had to pull back out of the forest. And they're talking like it sounds like they're discussing troop movements. Positioning, spreading out, reinforcing.
In the forest
lines.
or elsewhere?
Yeah, in the forest. Sounds like something's massing, moving. And so they're talking about like all the information they're parsing over all the different reports that the scouts are bringing in. There's a few scouts that are bloodied. Some seem to be wide-eyed and distraught. Please, just let us deal with this. Deal with your friend. We need you all on this mission. We have to get into that forest. We have to do it.
That was the plan from the get-go.
Yeah. So he's kind of that's his way of ushering you out. And so as you're walking out through the front, past the little antechamber room with full of murder holes for any those who want to foolishly break in and assault the purple dragons, they would face that room. You're passing by like injured troops, people with wide eyes, thousand-eyed glare, stuff like that, just staring off into the distance, wondering what they've seen, who they lost, things like that. Things that Arkken would be familiar with in his time in fighting. Koji, if he was there, would be familiar with. El, if he's been in wartime, would have seen that. Arch might have read about it. Pandora, people. Meh.
Yep. Pretty much.
We have time to heal any of these?
If you want to heal any of the passing troops, you can. If you want to set down and spend resources to heal these people, they would not object. And Harwill will. The only reaction you're going to get from Harwill is a hard-eyed glare, as he might have a different opinion of what's more important for you, that they could deal with the wounded, but he's not going to stop you.
I mean, it's just going to take 10 minutes. Is that fine?
That's fine. Fine for me as a GM, fine for Harwill too.
Well, I'm asking Harwill.
It's fine. If you want to help, just... Yeah, fine. He'd leave something unsaid that may have been too harsh because his stress is high and he didn't want to hurt your feelings, but casting time 10 minutes. Everybody in range, 6 creatures. So 6 of the scouts, probably the worst off, the bloodiest. You would have identified them and healed them for 2d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. If you want to... Oh, you did roll it. It was above. Yeah, it was above the description. Sorry. Yeah, 14. Each regain. Okay, so it's not spread amongst them. Oh, nice. That's a good roll. So yeah, you healed them. It's like, oh, thank you. Praise be. Saloon to praise be Saloon. As they look you over to figure out who to praise for this wonderful healing.
You should totally talk to the guy in charge about erecting a shrine or temple for Saloon here.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They take it into advisement. As they thank you.
You're welcome.
Proselytizing to the masses. I love it. Praise be Saloon. Praise be to Saloon. Thank you.
Has the small almond box out.
They make whatever symbol is appropriate for Saloon. What is it? Catholics have the crossing their chest business, whatever it is that Selenites do.
Sure.
I love it. You make your way out, and are you going to go back to doing anything with checking on Koji, or did you want to continue on with other business?
Well, considering we've checked up and gotten some information about that, we could go and see about that priestly problem before we have to go into the forest.
Mm-hmm. And now that you know a little bit more about what you're having to deal with, lycanthropy, maybe, is there any other purchases that you may want to make? Because we have time. You guys got up, had breakfast, sent Koji to bed, and went to talk to Harwill. You've had a good portion of the day left. You only spent most of the morning really dealing with that interrogation and all that stuff.
Do lycanthropes have any aversion to like fire or acid, poison?
A lot of lycanthropes, and I believe you actually did your check for weaknesses on the original form of Renan when he was still a were-rat, so you would have gotten like a lot of these immunities and things like that understood to you before. Some lycanthropes have regeneration, and by and large, regeneration can be defeated by fire if you come across it. But that doesn't cover every form of regeneration. I will just say in general, from your knowledge being a monster slayer, that there are monsters out there that fire and the regeneration, it doesn't matter. They will regenerate anyways. But by and large, yeah, fire, pretty good against it.
Well,
And-
in worst case scenario, nothing wrong with investing in a little deals. So I'm going to go
alchemical
to
fire.
I'm gonna go to a general store and buy some alchemist fire and some acid.
Okay. Yeah, you can go to.
some milk too.
Yeah, sure, I'll buy some milk too while we're at it.
There was that small saucer, that magical saucer that lady had that magically fills with milk.
How expensive would such a thing be?
You'd have to go to the magic shop and ask.
Hmm.
At the general store, you'd just be getting milk. You know, the apothecary
Speaking
shop.
of milk,
Speaking of milk, where are them goblin babies?
can I? Yeah, exactly. Can I have an ethical question here?
Yeah.
Do minotaurs drink cow milk, or do they find that weird?
What?
I had a discussion with.
Would
I've had a
Arkken
discussion.
go down and buy human milk for the cat?
I've had a
What the
discussion.
fuck?
I've had a discussion with Arkken about the true origins of minotaurs in Faerun, so it's up to him to answer that.
I mean, I am not going to let Arkken be the front runner for anything, but Arkken likes his milk and he doesn't care where it comes from.
Well then, human milk it is.
I mean,
Enjoy,
it's
Pandora.
like drinking milk from the mom. If they drink cow milk.
Milk's
Yeah,
great.
but you
Why do
don't go around drinking your neighbor's booby milk.
Fine, then get freaking goat's milk.
Well, that's apparently
Yeah.
what you want Arkken to do, is go around and suck the neighbor's titties for some fresh milk.
I don't know, Pandora just asked for milk.
I'm reminded of a Christopher Walken SNL sketch where Christopher Walken is doing an interview and he's hiring a centaur man. So the centaur's walking into his office with a shitty centaur costume on, but in the sketch he's a centaur. So it's like he's asking the most inappropriate questions the entire time. So if you saw like the back half of a horse and like the front half you couldn't see, like it was like, say a barn door was blocking your way and you saw just the back half of a horse. You didn't know if it was a horse or a centaur. Could you find that attractive? I mean, I guess hypothetically speaking, in this situation, not knowing one way or the other, I guess I could find it attractive. Okay. It was a horse, by the way. Oh, come on!
Wow. Wow.
Anyways, well, I go buy some milk for
Okay.
the kitty cat. I don't know how expensive milk is.
Oh gosh, the whole thing. Alchemist Fire and I believe the acid vials, they have prices that you can look up. and
Yeah,
spend money
Alchemist
on.
Fire is 50 gold and acid is 25. I have the
How much
adventure
milk are you
here.
wanting to buy? You're wanting to buy a tin, like those old tins you carry around, 5 jug tin that you had back in the day, or are you looking for, like a jar or a bottle or a rack of bottles, like old milkmen would carry around like a 6-pack of bottles? What are you looking for?
A
Wineskin,
gallon of cat's milk.
gallon of cat's milk. Gotcha.
Wow.
Fuck's sake.
You can find. Let's make it simple. You can find a.
I mean, I was about to say
jar?
a gallon of ale is 2 silver, so I'd assume it's somewhere in that price point.
Yeah, a gallon of milk, stoppered up and with a kind of like an old like a Japanese style seal where it's all written on paper and like over the jug's lid and down the
Mhm.
side. It's a seal. It's like a stasis thing.
Yeah.
Where it'll keep it fresh for travel when you put it over. It's a little magical effect.
Nice. So I buy a gallon of milk.
Yep. And you take it with you. Guaranteed
There
to
we
stay
go.
safe as long as you keep it sealed with a little paper seal.
All right. I'm going to look at the cat of no name and ask, is this enough?
Mhm.
All right.
Here, catch.
You know, it could have been funny if the cat was just like, nope, not enough. I need at least 10 times as much, and Arkken would just be like, okay.
I'll go get it.
40 gallons of milk.
No.
He goes back to the magic shop. I need something that produces milk. A lot of milk. I need all the milk. I think you misunderstand me. I mean all the milk.
Well, you are married.
The cat is happy enough that someone's willing to get it for her, so.
Just call Mrs. Ironrunner.
This is Ironrunner.
I am not gonna call my wife to have her bring me milk.
Bring me them udders.
No, she has to bring herself.
All right. So you guys are going to go check on this ill matter issue. I imagine
Yes.
is the next thing. You guys,
Ill matter.
the ill matter. You guys wander off to find him. It's the early evening. The sun is going down. It's twilight time. Ella feels right at home. And he's meeting you in a park off to the side of the temple. Thank you for meeting me here. I'm so sorry for
Of course.
meeting you in such a strange way, and not really strange to you. We're just meeting in a park after hour. Okay. Here, let me show you what I have here. And he starts scattering out some papers on the park bench right next to where he's sitting. You're still standing there. He's just getting to it right away. And the papers are revealing several different memos, writings, journals type stuff. Some of them seem to have been torn out of some places. And there's a few things that catch the broad eye as you're looking it over is diagrams and illustrations. So what do you guys want to dig into first? The paperwork or the diagrams and illustrations? They look possibly ritualistic at a glance. Or do you want to read words?
Arkken at this is just gonna go cross-eyed and be like, this is not.
It's priestly
I
business.
think Ela would go for the illustrations first.
Okay. As you pick up the illustrations, roll a religion check.
Can Pandora go to find birds?
That is my third one.
Jeez, in the past. Well, that's Arkken.
That's like half my rolls today or more.
Roll it again. Because I did something. Well, I was going to do something and I didn't do it. I did it before when you gave a donation to the church in Coteed at the ritual spot. I gave you inspiration.
Yeah.
You donated to Ill Matter Church, and I was going to give you inspiration, but I got tied up in the story I was telling with the priest. So if you want to spend that inspiration, you can roll again.
I did.
Okay.
Not
These are
much
rituals. It's not a failure, and it's over 10, so it's at least a success of some form. Because I have sliding scale successes. If that was not clear. I thought I made that clear at the session 0. I have sliding scales. I have sliding scales. They are diagrams indicating ritualistic patterns for bloodletting, which makes sense considering the ill matter part, but not in a way that would involve multiple people. This usually ill matters rituals when it comes to pain and self-flagellation and self-harm that they would enact upon themselves to worship their god is usually by themselves, or at most 2 people.
Yeah.
This is a larger group, and this is what's got him worried. It's like he's found evidence that they might be doing something greater as part of a greater ritual using possibly Ilmater's own teachings, because some of these things and inscriptions on here are Ilmater's own words twisted. You're not really sure what's going on. Your religion check wasn't that high, but you're understanding that where his concern's coming from. Anybody want to read words? Look at the diagram and make their own checks, possibly with a different skill set like Arcana, or because it's hard to look at something with fresh eyes after rolling one way. I'll give you a check later on Arcana if you want to look at them again after some time has passed.
I thought like Arch would be checking out the text while.
Well, Arch,
Yeah.
I would imagine he's practically like that little kid that you can't get to go away. He's always interested in what you're doing, so he's at your shoulder or at your elbow looking over what you're doing, and he's like, what the hell? You were right there the whole time, weren't you? Yeah, I was reading what you were reading.
Yeah, which is why I rolled the check.
This is a power building ritual, possibly to gather arcane energy in bloodletting form. And they are doing something kind of shitty. By doing it this way, using Ilmater's words, they are likely going to end up unhallowing the temple.
Oh, jeez.
I relay that information.
He goes pale at that. He's like, that would be devastating. We can't let this happen. Where? And he starts digging through. So where did they say this is going to happen? Is this, if it's actually going to happen at the temple? Oh my gosh, wherever this is going to happen. He's just, and he
Gonna
was like,
assist looking for it.
roll investigation
Help.
with advantage because you're kind of working together with the priest. Hey, first roll. The indications are for an old site, for in times long past, when not everything was as it was. There were other religions in this area, even other gods and stuff like that. Ones that are known, but different influences and things. Heck, even back when the elves were in charge and blah, 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 blah. There was a site of bloody rituals that had been consecrated, paved over, built about, and forgotten, but not truly forgotten. And it just so happens to sit in the center of town, right at the courthouse. They're not wanting to unhallow the church. They're wanting
Yeah,
to.
the good news is it's not the church.
Could they, at the center of town, could they be trying to affect the courthouse or the whole town? And Arch, you're not sure? If there's enough blood, maybe? There could be power behind this ritual to surge up enough energy to unhallow the city.
That would be unfortunate.
It would give a lot of undead a lot of strength. Two and two together with the force massing in Hullock Forest.
Yeah, we can't sit around. We rest tonight. We've got to get in that forest before this happens.
And stop whatever's happening here in Sunset Hill before it happens. Because whatever these wayward priests of Ilmater, if they're even priests, are doing in Sunset Hill will be devastating no matter what.
Yeah, we should stop the ritual over going to Hollow Forest.
Yeah. The plan was, as we're rounding out towards the end of our session here in the next 20 minutes, the plan was to have you guys investigate this thing. We derailed into a lot more role playing, which is fine. I love the role play. I do not. But the plan was for this to be the side adventure while Koji was out. And Koji could have joined you if you didn't push him back to bed. I was going to sleepwalk him as a hungover, drunk, messed up dude from whatever's affecting him. But we can continue this later. This is not a big deal. We can stretch this thing out longer. And Koji can join you, and he can play out his illness how he wants to. We don't have to dive into it right now because it is longer than the next 20 minutes may be letting us do. I don't know everybody's time. I know somebody's out of country, so I don't want to presume that they can stay up.
I can only say I have work in the early morrow, so I cannot stay up.
Yeah, so.
And I am tired.
Yeah,
I
seems like this
did.
is probably a good place.
This is a good place. I do like where the story's going. This edition is. I like to think of these things that I do as an aside to the main story I'm doing as it allows my story to ferment. It adds to it, gives it a little extra flavor. It slows it down.
Yeah.
Lets a little extra spice filter into it from other places and other inspirations. This is fine. We're not doing anything wrong. So we'll pick this up next time, guys. We can gather up Koji if you feel. Say at this point in time you guys want to return to the inn and say he's gotten a nap and he feels better. He can join us again when Doc's back. We can just role play that out how you want to. But he will still look like hammered shit in some fashion because of what he's going through. So let's be prepared to let that happen and role play that out. And we'll pick up here. Thank you guys for joining us. And is there anything else that you guys want to do before we close out? There is a little bit of time left.
I would like to thank Soundscream for using the kitty cat as, like, we're gonna hurt her if you don't talk. I appreciate that. That was great.
I appreciate you threatening me.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was able to play around with that, and also I'm glad I gave you your official name. Snufflepuss.
Nightshade. Right.
Snufflepuss.
Snufflepuss, yeah.
Did anyone even hear Pandora whisper to the guy?
Well, we can roll
Literally said
deception.
the name.
Arch does not pay attention to her whatsoever. And even if he did hear her, he's now Snufflepuss.
All right. Do you want to be hidden? You can roll stealth opposing.
Sure. Let's see how that goes.
Or subterfuge or whatever this roll is. I guess it's stealth these days.
Sleight of hand. No.
Sleight of hand. I slipped the words into his ear.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to ask the guy if there were any were chickens.
Yeah.
Were chickens? Do were chickens exist?
Mm-hmm.
A werecock. That's what you want, right?
No. 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 I'm not opening that door for you. Negative. And this is where we're going to end the stream for the week. No. Negative.
But yeah, I rolled a 13 stealth.
Okay. No, Ella may have heard a few of the words that you slipped his way.